Jeff was awesome.
He did a really good job. Matter of fact, good enough that we've asked him back twice. And I will strongly suggest that we ask him back for a third time.
I have been asked to talk with you about various elements of professional etiquette. Now, I'm supposedly doing this for the purposes of continuing education and compliance, blah, blah, blah. But I know the truth. The truth is that some of you are occasionally doing things that make your coworkers want to punch you in the head. But because they can't punch you in the head, thanks to the law and government and all of that, I have been asked to talk to you about what you should and should not do in the workplace. But I'm not going to do that. Because that's not really what I do. I don't help people become better. I don't give people advice. I give permission. And that's what I'm going to give you, the permission today to do exactly what you want to. Because let's face it, let's be honest. Work, people. Work is prison. There's not a lot of difference. Not a lot of difference between these two places, is there? No. Or these two kinds of people. You'll notice they're both wearing suits. And you know what else? They're both unhappy. Look, I know you don't want to be here, okay? You know you don't want to be here. So now it is time to make sure your coworkers know that you don't want to be here. So I'm going to give you the permission and the skills necessary to become the most annoying person that you possibly can. I am here to make sure that you are conveniently left off of company emails inviting you to social functions. Let's first focus on how to annoy others by the way that you dress. Because the truth is, the way you look is the first thing other people notice about you. And all of us make judgments about others based upon our appearance. All right? This person, for example, probably a sports fan. This person, yeah, exactly. This person, probably into horses. And this person is probably single. Let's knock this out. Business professional. You've seen it and you know it, okay? Clean lines, crisp clothes, pressed suits, fitted everything, all right? Whether it is true or not, these people look like they run the office. Next, business casual. Slacks instead of suits and solid shirts instead of button-down, but still clean lines and well put together. Every one of these people is wearing a belt, and all of them own an iron. And that is pathetic. None of you should own an iron. Do you know who invented the iron? Neither do I, because he died in obscurity. And that's exactly what he deserved. You shouldn't own an iron, or a steamer, or a shoehorn, or a belt, for that matter, okay? A belt, people, is a noose for your waist. A belt is your clothing slowly trying to kill you.
You did a fantastic job, and everybody had a great time with lots of laughs.
We moved to how to annoy other people at meetings. This is where you'll be able to annoy them more effectively than anywhere else. You know how I said it was the break room? I was lying, all right? It is meetings, although meetings in the break room are the best. And the reason for that is because you will have at your disposal one of the most annoying tools ever devised by the hand of humankind, your cell phone. You can show up to your meetings late and you can show up unprepared. That'll annoy people. But the best of you are going to spend your entire meeting with your eyes and your hands hiding under the table. Exactly. Trying to hide your phone in that same completely ineffective and obvious way that you tried to pass notes back and forth in 7th grade. Or better yet, people, keep your phone up and out. Yeah. Don't make any attempt to hide it, like some of you do right now. Now, I know some of you are sitting here and you're like, listen, maybe you don't know how business works anymore, but I have to respond to my emails and my texts as soon as I get them. That's the speed of business today. I don't know why people are getting so bent out of shape. I'll tell you why they're getting bent out of shape. There are two things you need to know about people in order to understand why it annoys people that your cell phone is out during meetings. Number one, everybody honestly believes that they are masters at multitasking. And number two, everyone is wrong. It is impossible to send a text, send an email, receive an email, and give your full attention to the particulars of whatever meeting you're in. Not to mention that staring at your phone when you're supposed to be looking at the person leading the meeting, who in many cases is less than 5 feet from you, is unbelievably rude to the person who's leading the meeting. And the best of you, if you want to take this to the top, you are going to keep your laptop out during this, like I've seen 4 or 5 of you have yours right there. It's awesome. I love it. It's just wonderful. No, we're taking notes. No, you're not. You're catching up on email, catching up on work, playing on Facebook. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not paying attention to me. And I hate you. Well done. So, now you know who to send your emails to. That'd be everybody. Now let's talk about how to send them. There's a lot of ideas here, but we only have time for really 3 concepts. First, write like you're texting, okay? All of your emails, business letters, marketing materials, advertising campaigns should be sent with the same care and attention to detail that you use to text your family and friends. Write like you're texting, and I don't care how intelligent and articulate you are, everyone you know will think that you're functionally illiterate. Now, I know some of you are saying, dude, listen, texting is a perfectly valid form of communication. It is quick, concise, and it gets the point across. And you are right. It is quick, concise, and it gets the point across. But it still makes you look like a moron. And to give you an idea of why, I have taken the liberty of converting a recent shareholder stock report from a company I own stock in into text speak. There you go. This was a 49-page prospectus. I don't have time to share that with you, so we knocked it down into a single paragraph. Look at it together. First quarter 2011 earnings. Business is great despite the recession. Shares are up 12%. Oh, my God. All right. You get the idea. Now, I know some of you are going to be incapable of butchering the English language in this way. No problem. Got another great idea for you. All right? Proofreading is for IDOTs. You don't have time to make sure that what you've written is what you want others to read. They'll figure it out. They'll fill in the blanks. They'll know what words you meant. Besides, people, nothing makes a person look dumber than when they misspell words. It's a tiny thing, but it makes a huge difference. It's like saying, hey, everybody, I repeated third grade. In case you guys are like, was he serious? And I was like, no, I wasn't really serious. I could have been serious. Could have spent the whole time I'm with you talking about here's what you should do and here's what you shouldn't. It was so boring. So I did everything backwards, and I hope that's okay. And I think it's safe to say that I didn't tell you guys anything you don't already know, right? I was just reminding you of stuff that everybody knows. And that's fine, because everybody needs reminders from time to time. So here's what I'm reminding you of. Monday through Friday, you spend the majority of your waking life in this building surrounded by these people. In a very real sense, the people you're sitting with right now are your family. And I know you didn't pick them. Any more than you picked who your mother, your father, your brothers, and your sisters are. But unless you have any plans to divorce everyone here and go work somewhere else anytime soon, you owe it to yourself, if to nobody else, to make this workplace as enjoyable and comfortable and easy and happy as you possibly can. All right, here are the messages for anybody who just like, what's the point of this? All right, here's the serious, straightforward point. Dress a little better than you absolutely have to. And please remember that sandals and socks don't go together. They don't go together anywhere, ever. Show up on time every day. Do what's expected of you. And once a week, and ideally once a day, do one thing nobody asked you to do. That alone will put you in the top 10% of whatever department, industry, anything that you ever work in. Do not talk about your coworkers on Facebook or Twitter or in the office or behind their back or to their face. Just don't talk about them at all. That'd be the easier way to put that. Clean up whatever messes you make in the break room and everywhere else, you sloppy, lazy pig people. Turn off your freaking phones during a meeting. I hate to have to tell you this, but the world will survive without you for 30 minutes. Only send emails to the people who need to see them. Oh, and maybe make sure what you've written is what you actually intended to send. If you can spare the 14 seconds that'll take. The internet is not a toy, except that it mostly is. So use the non-toy parts at work and the YouTube parts at home.
And I have to tell you that it was inspiring and motivational, probably because I laughed more.
Jeff was phenomenal. We had our group of administrators and CEOs of surgical centers and surgical hospitals here tonight. And man, I just looked around the room and everybody was just laughing hysterically all night long. So after a long day of meetings and learning strategic leadership, Jeff was the perfect way to end the night.
Set your smartphone to autocorrect. Especially if you've got an iPhone. I don't know who designed the iPhone, but whoever the iPhone's autocorrect system, but whoever did it, English is like their 8th language. Because they don't know which words belong next to which other words. And thankfully, there are some websites that are actually devoted to compiling some of the more adorable iPhone autocorrect screw-ups that people have bothered to save. Your mom and I are going to divorce next month. What? Why? Call me, please. I wrote Disney and the phone changed it. We're going to Disney. That was an awkward half hour for your daughter there, wasn't it?